let's see, Mark doesn't have headphones. I'm going to unmute you just for a second, Mark. 'Cause now
Hey, Lon.
Hey, boss.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay. How you doing?
I'm much better now.
Sweet. Yeah, this actually might work just a little bit. Let's go ahead and jump on this for just a bit in the Facebook group. We've been chatting with Mark. You're a new member, right? Pretty much?
Correct.
Okay.
I've been a customer for a while, but yeah, just joined the coaching program last week.
Okay, long-time fan, first-time customer for coaching.
Coaching, correct.
There we go. Okay, so anyway, Mark has got kind of a common situation that we see quite a bit, making PowerPoint-style videos, which are pretty awesome. And we're actually going to talk more about that a little bit later in the how to synchronize section of the call tonight. But he's concerned that, well, I'll let you go ahead and explain it, Mark. Tell me what your issue is. What's your deal?
Well, I'm trying to figure out how to make marketing videos like the master himself, and I didn't realize when I was making them, Lon, that I was doing overkill with the technology. And you sort of straightened me out from that. So I'm a recovering technology person here, but I want to learn how to make the type of videos, you know, where they, like yours, where you have the narration and the really cool sound effects, but lead them like I have a CTA at the end of my videos, but I actually want to do what you do. I want to actually send them somewhere to a sales page and start trying to monetize as well as, you know, building my list.
Okay. Yeah, and those are all good fundamental goals, basically. So I'll tell you what, in this particular thread here, Mark was kind enough to give us a little bit of a sample of kind of where he's at and how he's currently doing things. So if it's okay with you, I'm just going to jump over here and then go ahead and make a few comments. Let's start off with, I think I have a kind of a gist of what you're talking about, but as I kind of go through this, if you want to just like make a short list, mental or otherwise, of maybe some details that you would like to get, I'm going to go ahead and mute you back up for now, and then we'll kind of jump back in and see if there's anything you need clarifying with. Does that work for you?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's get to it then. So this is the video, and I will go ahead and put this in the chat box. Basically, let's go ahead and get started with, first of all, you're starting off with kind of a text-oriented type of a thing here, and kind of a strong headline. I actually like this headline quite a bit, but I'm going to go ahead and let this roll, and you've got some background music going, some intro music kind of going. And it's intro music, and then it just stops. Okay, the music just cuts off right there. So the first tip I'm going to give you, if you're going to use background music like that, is to add it in Camtasia after you produce out your slide video. And the reason for that is because you can put it on its own track. Okay, and then if this is my slide video right here, you can make it go beyond your first slide and fade it out as you begin talking. Right, so that's just a little bit of a tip. It's kind of an amateur night thing to just have your video or your audio stop. You know, you would never see that in a top quality video. Okay, so that's the first point. Pretty easy fix. And the second would be, let's see, we are at the 15-second mark. And I'm going to let it roll just a little bit more. In comes an animation.
Newsome, Mr. Marketing.
And right now we're at the 20-second mark, where you begin speaking. So you kind of reiterated the headline here. And I think what would have been much better is to start with a little bit of intro music, big bold headline, and then boom, you come in and tell me why I'm here and what it is I'm going to get, right? So that's called a hook, and we really always want to, especially for a marketing kind of video, and that's really pretty much what this is. with a marketing kind of video, we want to make sure we give a very solid reason to watch. Boom, right away. You gotta hook them. Okay, and 24 seconds is an eternity in a case like this. So again, pretty easy fix. A couple of good elements here and a couple of things that could be improved. First of all, it's a nice clean background. I have no problem with that. And you use a little technique here to add some emphasis that I use quite a bit, and that is for a main point, simply and literally just change the color of the font. Okay, and this does a little tactic that we call lead the eye. Okay, and it's best if these words are very consistent with what it is that you're talking about at the time. I would probably make this bigger, and I don't know, it's kind of, you got just a little bit of technical stuff here. It's kind of jammed together, certainly, so I'd probably put that on another line or something. And if we back it up just a little bit, we'll notice that, as Mark alluded to, he was a big fan of animations and technology, and I'm going to call animations the main culprit here, and this is true for lots and lots of people, is animations. You'll notice this one even takes some time to come in. It's kind of a folding thing, and we literally burn 1 to 2 seconds waiting for this thing to come in, as opposed to just like having it there.
This is Mark Newsome, Mr. Mark.
And then
welcome to this special presentation.
It rolls a little bit more, and we have one of my least favorite animations, the bouncing text. So those are just personal opinions, but these are the things that kind of strike me. Okay, in general, I'll give you just a couple of rules of thumb that are really solid. One thought, one slide. So your headline and your part of your hook, pennies on the dollar. I like that. Okay, that goes on like one slide, and then predominantly what we like to have is one big bold image that goes with it, and I'll point out a couple of other examples as we kind of move along. Make it big, make it bold, get it in your face, and there's a couple of reasons for that. One is that while this doesn't look too bad, while I'm sitting here in theater mode on YouTube on a mobile device, which is something we all should be working towards, making things as viewable as possible on mobile devices, then this is kind of small, that type of thing. So I'll go ahead and let this roll. I'm going to stop it right there. As you begin narrating, I love your narration. Your cadence and your style is just awesome. It's engaging, it's inviting. It sounds like you really believe what you're talking about, and for the most part that you really know what you're talking about. That is truly one of the better aspects of this, which means that if you think about it, in almost any presentation style video like this, it's truly the audio that is the essence of the content, isn't it? Okay, audio is like 60 to 70% of a video. So crushing that means that all we have to kind of do at that point is take that audio message and make it visual. So that's pretty much the really good news there. I like it. There are a few places where, especially in a video that I want to have as a sales kind of a thing, I would tighten it up a little bit. There's at least one mistake that I remember, and there's some ums and things like that. Now, normally you can almost always get away with some of that, especially if you're speaking naturally and things like that. But here's the thing. When you take the time to just snip out an what happens is, in the grand scheme of things, the video will flow quicker and smoother. And there's a phenomenon called the fluency heuristic, which essentially means that the more fluidly someone speaks, the more prepared or knowledgeable they are perceived to be. So videos have a rhythm and a pace and a cadence, and testing over and over again shows that videos that are tight, are quick, and well paced outperform videos that are a little bit more sluggish, or you can think of an as a hesitation in that rhythm and in that cadence. So, I don't get rid of everything all the time, but when the video matters, and if I can just highlight an on my timeline and cut it out, yeah, I'm probably going to do that for more important videos. It's so quick, so easy, and at the end of the day, most viewers won't even perceive it. You would never know how much better the after version was unless you listened to it before. Okay, and that's just kind of a little bit of a scoop there. Okay, so we covered a couple of kind of big things there. Let's make it a little bit bigger, a little bit bolder.
Once again.
And again, an animation twirling in. My second kind of thing here are little animated GIF files. And we find these a lot on Presenter Media. I will literally always, I won't say that. I will very, very predominantly opt for the static version of something like this. Okay, and it's not that the image itself doesn't necessarily fit what it is you're talking about, but again, it's very small. And if I were doing this, I would take this image from Presenter Media, and he would be about this big. And it probably would even spill over the slide just a little bit. That's how big this guy would be, right? And then, my text would be big and bold over here, that kind of thing. And I probably wouldn't have, a spinning animation. So that would be like a good tip. I don't know if I have an example here. Well, this is kind of an example. See this thing? That's kind of what I'm talking about, right? There we go. There's a little bit of visual impact for you. Anytime you speak, right? That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Now, in this particular presentation, I have one thought. Anytime you speak, there will be ums, ahs, fumbling, stumbling. So in a case like this, I'm not opposed to using bullets, because these bullets literally match what it is I'm talking about, and they kind of come in. As I say, anytime you speak, it's entirely possible you will have ums, ahs, fumbling, stumbling. Okay, that kind of thing. But you'll notice, like on this next slide, again, the same thing. One thought, which is the goal of the video, the videos, and I literally say the word job, is really important, and these are all related to the one thought. So that's kind of the scoop on that. How do I suggest that he brings it into the presentation? Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look at how I did this one. I'm going to kick this into slideshow mode, and we'll see what happens. Okay, this one happens to slide in left. I could have just as easily, I stick with simple animations. A fade, sometimes I use a float in, but I make it like go a little quicker, and I got timings on this. That's okay. But I don't use many more animations than that. This one might be kind of an exception because you notice it's a fishing hook. Now let's go to the animation tab. See, this is a fly-in that comes from the top. So it like drops down like a fishing hook would. If I was fishing for a job, to get the job kind of thing. So sometimes it depends how I would animate it in on, gosh, I don't know, what would feel right, what would look right without being pointless and superfluous. right? So, but by and large, you'll find that, see, this doesn't even, oh, let's try this one. Yeah, these don't even have animations to them. By and large, I'll use fades and something that doesn't move too much in terms of spinning or bouncing, I guess. And if I do use them, I use something like a fly out or whatever. But there's nothing inherently wrong with like a split or a wipe, because there's not a lot of distracting stuff. So let's go ahead and see, the object itself doesn't move. It's just that the split brings it in. So it's not a whole lot different than like a fade or even a wipe, okay? But it didn't whiz across the screen. And the thing with whizzing across the screen is that as you're speaking here, and this little box starts to spin in here, I have checked out of what you are talking about. Because, oh my gosh, here comes something that I think I should be paying attention to, and maybe not. What did he say again?
On
that kind of
dollar
thing.
Of this ongoing series.
Okay, and then I guess the other thing here is that in a lot of cases, while I like the technique that you use to bring out certain words, my general feeling is that there's way too much text here. And again, that might be just a matter of finding an image. I would almost look for a magnet. Have me a big old magnet here. And then just a couple things of text that match what it is you're talking about.
Is to hopefully
okay, lots of text here. Now, there's arguments all over the place that say, well, this is all you have to do. This is called an ugly VSL, an ugly video sales letter. And there are folks out there that are huge proponents of all you have to do is put up your text as you speak it in PowerPoint, and you got yourself a winning video. I guess, and they say they have the testing to prove it. I haven't ever seen their actual testing, so I don't know that I necessarily agree with it. To me, this kind of content is just not very compelling. It's confusing. And it's confusing for a couple of psychological reasons. And folks that do presentations on stage, and the experts of design, visual message design, will tell you over and over and over again that to have all the text you're going to speak about verbatim on a slide, people read faster than you talk. And again, it's like they'll read through it, not understand it, and not be listening to what you're saying. Okay, so I don't buy it. I think there's much better visual ways. And quite frankly, it's not what people are used to seeing. So let's say I switch on television and I'm watching a program and this is what I see. How exciting and how long am I going to be sitting there watching somebody read a bunch of text to me on the screen? It's just, I don't know. It might work, I guess, but if it does, I don't think it's going to work very long.
Of what they can and should be.
Okay, another guy running for no apparent reason. Now let's go ahead and skip ahead a little bit.
Case. So once again, let's say there's this.
Here's a great example of what I'm talking about when I'm talking about big images. So this way too small, right? And you have a great message here. Your content is quite excellent. It's downright compelling, right? And the points you're making are really quite good. But I think there's just some ways to make it visually more appealing. A big image and less of this. And here's a classic case of one thought, one slide. I probably would show the boutique that you're talking about and give this information, but then you jump to another thought, another point, and another image. So I would like maybe these on two separate slides. And let's just jump ahead a little bit. Okay, so I think you kind of start to get the point here. Most of it's just kind of design stuff. Yeah, it's just more of the same. You have a nice, compelling message in here. We just visually got to coax it out. And again, your narration is just awesome on it. So let's see. I think that's probably the things that I would certainly start with. And as far as like a call to action, yeah, I would probably think about, I mean, you got a nice good headline here. See this box shot or this report image? Again, it would be half this screen, right? And keep in mind that you don't have to stay inside the box here. Let's take a look. So for example, you notice this guy is kind of hanging off. Well, when I go into slideshow mode, it actually has kind of an interesting effect. So yeah, I could have put it all the way on the slide, but there's keep in mind you don't have to stay inside the box. Do I have another example there? Maybe not. Alrighty. And then let's add just like one more here. As far as a call to action goes, on YouTube here, if this wasn't way down at the bottom, you could actually make this link clickable as an annotation. So it doesn't do me any good down here because I can't click on it. So that's one thing. And then I think you also talk about how to get more, right? And things like that. I would almost think about a strategy for creating YouTube end cards and give them the opportunity after your call to action or in addition to your call to action to watch more of your content. And we have some stuff on YouTube end cards and whatnot in the members area. Okay, anybody else have any questions? Or Mark, I'm going to go ahead and unmute you again.
Wow, Lon.
What do you think?
Thanks. Quite eye-opening.
Okay, but I mean, did a lot of that make sense?
Heck yeah. In fact, as you were saying, I was contrasting, I could appreciate and see the difference. Thanks, Lon.